Hi, and thank you for stopping by and wanting to watch a little bit about StratiVentures and what we have to offer. My name is Diego Mello. I am the owner and founder of this amazing company. And I want to share with you a brief presentation which talks about all the benefits of working with StratiVentures, but most of all is understanding why this company is the right component for your real estate success business. So let's go ahead and get started here. When I started investing in real estate back in May of 2012, there was a lot of changes in the world of real estate investing, where a lot of people were learning real estate investing by watching a lot of educational channels, HGTV, flipping Vegas, flipping this, flipping, those types of programs. Unfortunately, a lot of that information that's provided is based for entertainment purposes, right? Not for the values of investment or risk. So it means that the industry was pretty much misunderstood to the level of where and what role a person should take or what role they should have in real estate investing. I fell into it myself. I paid about $50,000 to get education. And in my first year, I lost about $160,000 because I was using the systems and I was wearing all the hats that I was told to wear. Unfortunately, that was the wrong path to take. I did not have any prior technical or technician experience like the general contracting side, pulling comps. I knew the financial wherewithal of the investment side because that's what I did in the past. But in my new life of the technical active investing side, I was new to this. So when I started wearing all those hats, pulling my comps or validating my own repairs, it was a mixture for high failure. So what did I do? I took apart the system and I went ahead and, after my first year's loss, really hunkered down and said, I got to create a better system for lower risk investing for myself. Well, what happens there? As I started to become successful in the level of producing profitable deals, people start asking you questions. And when they start asking you questions in this business, it's about helping the people in your investment community. Because at the end of the day, when they fail, we all fail, because at the end, the industry fails. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about our company and also let you know how we play that role exactly for everybody that's going to fit in this business. So I established the company back in May of 2012. We are a full national real estate service investing company, full real estate investing company. We have 4 prongs in our business: acquisition analysis, real estate services, property management, services and contracting, and funding. When we talk about acquisition analysis, it's about you understanding the analytics, understanding better deal flow, how to get low risk sourcing of opportunities. And then you start to analyze the deal by getting your vetting components. Real estate services. We actually have realtors that we train for every single one of our members that you bring in if you want, or we have some that we use already that are trained, that are there to pull your comps, that are there to be your support structure in the comparable arena. Project management and contracting services. We have contractors for you guys. Plus, we also train any of the contractors that you guys meet because we want to make sure there is an alignment. They know what you're looking for. You know how they work. We know their pricing. We know material and labor cost assumptions, services, timelines, craftsmanship, and all of that's governed by an amazing project management team and selections director that we have. And last but not least, funding. So think about this. Who's going to trust you if you're a new investor and you're technically a high risk investment as a person? Then we have private money lenders that will fund all of our members because they have gone through the filtration systems that we have established for them in their own team, or they're using the SVI team to do that. So think about that. Now, we have amazing people that work with us. Here's the SVI team. We have realtors, architects and engineers. We have acquisition specialists, social media specialists that can help you also with all of your growth and the new world of social media and publishing. Project management and contracting services, home inspections, real estate services. We have the full team and they're there to earn your business by helping you. Now, let me let you know exactly what we believe is the definition of what an investor does at SVI. You can ask 3 people the same question. In your mind, in your experience, what does a real estate investor do? Well, you're going to get 3 different answers. Well, if you think about that, if you have so many different answers in the industry that you're in, that means it's very volatile. That means people have an understanding of many different levels of risk, and that's kind of like the blind leading the blind. When at the end of the day, there's only one definition. And that definition is what we have here at SVI. An investor analyzes, acts, invests, and makes profit with one word in mind, and that's risk. So think about that. Risk is the biggest driver. So when we break this down a little better and start understanding what your team does for you, you're going to get to see where the risk starts to lower, which at the end of the day means you get into lower risk investments. You have more confidence, right? Analyzing, in the definition, we talk about realtor relationships. Getting the right comps with the right mindset type realtor, which is investor mindset trained, not all retail. Excuse me. And so what that means is that we train your realtors to understand the investment world, how to look for opportunities in the investment world, how to pull comps in the investment world, which so that data that they provide you now becomes lower risk. Acting on, we talk about repairs, contractors. Contractors that know you are already an established investor that can buy are going to spend more time with you, are going to give you better service. Not just give you better services, but our contractors, to work with us, they have to put their line item costs in our repair estimator that we have, which is amazing, of the material and their labor costs. So when you are using that analyzer or that scope of work repair estimator, you're using actual contractor numbers. That's amazing. So you're no longer speculating or shooting from the hip. Investing, that is the kind of funding that we obtain, or that we can also help you obtain, which is your standardized hard money lenders. We vet those lenders for you, so we have an arsenal of them for you already that understand your mindset. The other thing that we have are private money lenders. Private money lenders are there to grow by building relationships with you, but a PML or a private money lender is not going to risk their hard-earned money as a hard money lender would, because the PML loses the money, it's gone. A hard money lender sometimes has a lot of insurance or capacity to pay back the loss. It's about building the relationships in a low risk manner. And last but not least, fully understanding the identity, which is the profit side. You are an investor. I hate to tell this people, it's not about the dollar sign, but it's more about the percentage. It's your investment to the time spent. How much return on the investment are you making within a certain period of time? That's why we teach people to think of something called velocity of money. Velocity of money is how many times can we use and recycle that same investment capital over a 1-year period. Now that starts to get a profitable return on the investment, which means you're making money. The higher the profitable return on the investment every year, the more money you're going to make in a safe manner. Now, let's look at this in what most people are doing right now. If you're pulling your own comps and you've never done that before, or you're following the instructions of a lot of these high-priced real estate education companies, your analytics and your comp values are going to be high risk. If you're going out to walk properties, in which you probably have seen, people go to a wholesaler showing or a property to walk it, and everybody's taking notes, that is scary. If they've never changed anything more than the air filters in their house, what do you think they know about mechanicals, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, foundation, labor costs, material assumptions, craftsmanship? They don't. So that means this data becomes high risk. So when you go to a lender to invest in you and you give them high risk comps, high risk repairs, you're going to get high risk lending. That's why most people don't like hard money lenders, because at the end of the day, you didn't make any money, but the hard money lender did with their points and interest. It's not the hard money lender's fault. At that point is the hard money lender gave you the opportunity to have a shot at this, but what if you don't make any money? Well, at the end of the day, remember, you started this off with high risk data and high risk repairs. That's why we are here to help you minimize and mitigate that. And most people don't chalk up a profit in their first deal or 2 deals, and they take losses, but What if that loss is so astronomical that you don't get to be a part of this industry anymore? Unfortunately, most new investors do not go past their first deal. And when they lose money in their first deal, their credit is different, their financial perspective is different, their confidence level of investing is different. There's a lot more debt, maybe even some more personal things might have changed to the negative, and that's not the way it should be. When you understand your role, which is 100% what we tell everybody and train everybody here to do, is you are to be an entrepreneur of your business. Your goal is to do business development and find better sourcing of deals and understand how to use better the capital that's available for you. Everybody starts off in the technician role and they fire themselves to be a manager. But when they hire a technician to cover while you're doing the managerial position, if you don't know 100% what you're supposed to be doing, you as a manager are going to constantly be coming down here as a manager role, as a technician. And now you're stuck in a what? You're stuck in 100% a rut, right? That's because you 100% did not understand your mentality or your identity. So I like to say this, in reality, we're risk managers, and we should reduce the risk of each project by working with professionals in each aspect of the transaction, allowing them to deliver data to us so that we can determine the true value of risk, working with better comps, better realtors, working with better repairs, better contractors. Now that you've been trained to understand the analytics and the mitigation of risk, it's up to you to determine, do you want to do this deal or not? We have all the tools, we have all the analyzers, and most of all, the 100% support that we give every person that becomes a member of SVI. Lifetime, guys. This is lifetime. In reality, here's some reasons that most investors fail. Now, where did we get these bullet points, right? We get them because we have thousands of members in the company, but we've also interviewed tens of thousands of other people that wanted to know more about us, but we also get to interview them to find out where is the problem, right? What's lacking and what's causing this high failure rate in this industry? Well, number one is lack of persistence. Most people quit because they don't find success, and that's why they leave the industry. They quit. Lack of knowledge. Well, there's so much information out there, guys, but they don't know who to trust and where to start. Lack of organization. That goes back to knowing, once I'm ready to start, what should I be doing? Because they need to start identifying objectives. They also need to know how to follow through on objectives, because if they don't identify or follow through on objectives, guys, there's no way you're going to be moving forward. Inability to identify priorities, well, that comes with 100% support, lifetime with SVI. We always make sure we keep you in line. Unclear about exit strategies, well, the real estate industry changes so much. That's why when you're tied to a support structure or a team like us, we're always going to be able to give you that exit strategy understanding even before you make your offer. So you should know 100% where you're going. Lack of discipline, that's a big one. We try to help everybody, but we can't help everybody. That's drive, right? Are you going to be persistent enough to make something happen for yourself? Failure to manage your time. Guys, we create your implementation schedules. We make sure that we take you from a 1 week schedule to a 1 month schedule to a 6 month schedule, making sure that you are spending the right amount of time where it becomes fruitful and positive, and you're not spinning your wheels or getting into that hamster wheel like we talked about in the previous slide. Lack of self-belief. A lot of people believe that they're not fit or cut out for this business. No, every person can succeed in this business, but don't do it on your own. That's why most people fail, because of lack of support. These are reasons why most people fail in this amazing industry. So whether you decide to work with us or not, excuse me, we want to leave you here with a little bit of some, key points to take away, just to think about. We always tell our members to invest the one thing they're rich in, which is time. Ask yourself, how many times have you said in the past month, I just don't have enough time? Well, the problem is you haven't found it, right? And what we tell people is take a calendar for a week, Monday through Friday, and find every 15 minutes what you're doing. log it down every 15 minutes. What are you doing through your whole day for 5 days? And you're going to notice that there is an abundance of time that is being misspent and time that you can actually change to be more on the positive to what it is you want to accomplish. You'll be surprised how fast you can get into positive steps in real estate if you invest your time correctly. Use the resources available to you. Everybody in the industry is a resource. We have every vendor, every team member, every component at SVI that is willing to help you learn, willing to work with you, and willing to guide you. Use your resources. It's not like you're going to walk directly into a network or a vendor that you've never met without us as your support system. You're always going to have that from us. We want you to put 100% effort in everything that you do. Always practice what you've learned, because if you're learning and not implementing, it's a recipe for disaster, right? That's where people end up quitting. Pay attention while you're learning in your business. That's where it comes to the fact of understanding what your vendors and your team members do for you, and knowing what they do for you, and understanding why it is what they do for you, right? And if you don't know that, most vendors are going to say, does this person, do they even listen to me and how I can help them? They'll start to back away, and then you start to lose credibility. Frequently force yourself out of your comfort zone. Guys, that's the biggest one for everybody in real estate investing. Getting yourself out of your comfort zone. Knowledge, scared to make offers, lack of confidence to even trust the data that you have, that you've given yourself. Personal improvement, meeting people, standing in front of people. We cover all of that with you guys. Support, support, support. Do something new for your business every day. In this business that's ever changing, there's always something new that you can do. Do it. Find something, whether 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, read something new for your business, but make sure you're always doing something new for your business. And last but not least, this is a must. Align yourself with positive mindset people. This business harbors so much negativity because of the failure items that we talked about earlier, and most people will just talk negative about the business because they don't hold themselves accountable. We are your support system. We're going to give you 1,000% as long as you give yourself 100%, and that's our company commitment. So you're always going to be around positive people in the mindset world. A lot of your fellow SVI family members, which is exactly what we call them, family members. There's always an open door with them. You are here to learn, you're here to prosper, and most of all, you're here to work with good people. So let's talk about a little bit of the tools that we have. We have a learning management system, which in this learning management system, we encompass an online platform that covers what we call the lifetime 8-day course, which is what we call the active investing. That is where you're going to be taking your core class with us for a month. And the classes are 2 days out of the week for 4 hours a day. Sometimes they're Thursdays and Fridays, and depending on the schedule availabilities, they may be Mondays and Tuesdays. But you're traditionally for a whole month, 2 days out of the week for 4 hours. But that doesn't mean that the other 3 days that you're with us, that you're not in class, you're not given deliverables. There are deliverables of entity formations, meeting the CPAs and attorneys, interviewing your vendors, doing some homework, and most of all, branding alignments for your business, because you have 1 month to get yourself ready to get out of the gate. We also teach the fact of private money lending, because at the end of the day, when you become an active investor doing renovations, you also want to start to think that another prong of your business is the private money lending world. That is kind of like the graduating step where a lot of our members go from doing flips to becoming private money lenders. Now they lend to the lower risk investor classes that come below. For your investment and passive investment capital part, we have the renovation and the new build strategy, where we teach you how to renovate and turn this into a rental property. We teach you how to build these things with our builders and turn those into rental property. Guys, you're obtaining passive investing properties with equity because you've built the equity. Most passive investors buy 100% of retail. They go 20% down of their physical money, and then they're now short of cash to go do the next one and the next one because it's all sitting in the asset. We teach you to build equity, and then now you're constantly building your rental portfolio. Where you see here that it says wholesale, let me be a little clear here. We don't teach wholesaling to our members. We teach wholesaling to wholesalers that our members meet out in the world, because we train every single one of those wholesalers for each individual member, because we want that wholesaler to become their acquisition partner, their acquisition managers. It's amazing when a wholesaler finally realizes that they have a home that they can constantly provide opportunities to, because guess what? Now that wholesaler gets to last longer in the industry. It's so unfortunate nowadays because of saturation that so many people that get involved in real estate investing, especially on the wholesaling side, their lifespan is about 6 months in this business. It's getting worse every single year, guys. So it's about making sure we have the right people in the acquisition side. The modules that we have in the learning management system all contain videos and documents for your module courses. We also have file repositories in which we have videos in all of the file repositories, from marketing resources, scope of work analyzers and walking the houses, investor presentations for private money lending sourcing, formations, all your calculators and all of your analyzers. All of that is here in your file repository. Now, your learning management system, guys, is a lifetime course online. You take it as many times as you want, right? But remember, the 1 month class that you take with us is live. It's a live online recorded class with a live instructor who is an investor. Joint venture formation documents are included in the LMS, company credibility documents, all of your analyzers, marketing documents, repair estimators, videos, tracking spreadsheets, wholesaling documents, wholesaling analyzers, and we're always putting in new lifetime continual updates such as short-term rentals, commercial grade analyzers. We have all of that based on your growth. Now, the power of what we do is that once you have that data and you've gone through the training, we go into specialized unlimited 2-hour training sessions with you, unlimited, lifetime, where we encompass things like individual investor mindsets, specialized and custom for you. Detailed deal analytics. Everybody looks at deals in many different ways. So we got to make sure we know how you look at deals, because when we start to help you process them, analyze them, and mitigate risk for you, we need to know what you're looking at. Aggressive marketing avenues, how to correctly walk a house without falling into an emotional state with it, right? Working with wholesalers correctly and building then your acquisition representatives arsenal. Utilizing hard money lenders correctly and learning how to build relationships with them. We also talk about modifications and short sales, which is probably one of the least tapped sourcing strategies, where everybody's looking at other types of sourcing for properties. We tend to work more on the modification and short sale strategy because it takes a little bit more time to get these, but guess what? There's a higher probability you will get a deal from this. Implementation schedules, like I said earlier, we create your implementation pattern. How are you going to eat this elephant? 1 bite at a time in 2-hour sessions, and we create your schedules. 1 month, 6 months, 1 year down the road. Private money lending, renovation, rehab to new build rental, specializations, co-housing or co-living rentals. Guys, this is an amazing brand new platform where we're building and renovating homes and renting the rooms out by the week by using national partners like an Airbnb source or a company that we use called PadSplit to do the property management. And again, also obviously the wholesaling component. So the blueprint of what I talked about on the implementation is 1 month with us, which is 1 month, 2 weeks, 2 days out of the week for 4 days. This is where you have your foundational and coursework duties given during the week. After you finish the class, then you go into your advanced implementation 1, which are 30 days of unlimited 2-hour sessions, and where we start to do the implementation of the course curriculum and startup. Most people will spend their first month with us in the advanced implementation, catching up on the things they didn't do in that 1 month in class. Don't let that be you. Let's take off running from when you finish your class. The second month of advanced implementation is to get you guys in an actual transaction based on the time utilization in your advanced implementation. Is how much time have we spent together? How much support and activity have we done with you? And you should be in a transaction, guys. Advanced implementation 3, that's your third month. That's to have you on a structured path of growth. You're already seeing the path in front of you. It's starting to get brighter. The fuzziness and the fog of uncertainty has cleared. And now by month number 3, you're saying, I can systemize this. That is where you start to see the light. This is a marathon, not a sprint, guys. So prepare yourself for quality over quantity, okay? Let's talk about our deal analyzer. In the deal analyzer that we've got, we make it basically very simple, in which we have generalized data that you enter in there, and it's supposed to give you back an actual cost to value percentage. When it gives you back a higher cost to value percentage that is not safe, the system will give you the lower offer numbers because your money's made in the purchase, guys. The risk is accepted or determined in the purchase. Most people pay too much for properties. That's why they get in trouble. So the analyzer, which is the #1 tool you're going to learn in your classes with us in training and constant implementation, you're going to learn to use this deal sheet like a weapon, right? Like how to protect yourself. Also, you're going to learn your funding options. We've got 3 funding mechanisms in which our private money lenders, our hard money lenders, and most of all, your reinvestment capital, once you have operating capital, can start to give you amazing returns on your investment. That's why all of these options are designed at the beginning with no out-of-pocket capital from you. You're going to learn to use other people's capital who partner with you so you can start gaining operational capital so you can start to do your reinvestments. It is a recipe for success, guys. Exit strategy, for example, turning a renovation property to a rental property, we have our rental analyzers. We'll show you how to encompass the hard money lending world and then turn those into the long-term rental platforms, long-term rental property. Every single one of our vendors that are in the lending side will also guide you, train you, because they've made commitments to us to work with you in a safe manner, guys. The repair estimator, I love it. It's a line item repair estimator with almost, I think, over 250 line items. And these line items are broken down into the requested amount, let's say square footage that's required. Let's say you want to paint the interior of the house. It's an 1,800 square foot house. The material cost is 80 cents. The labor cost is $1. So your total line item is 180, right? Let's say you meet a contractor and the contractor says, well, we charge $1.25. Well, we'll change this to 125. And now when you go quote your repairs or just take your notes, right? When you're walking a property, you're using the contractor's numbers. So there's no more shooting from the hip on values or speculation. And if you are missing things in the line item that needs to be fixed or you didn't get to address because of lack of knowledge or just time, that's why our project managers are there to work with you to make sure you cover all items that are needed. Kitchen, baths, additional things that the repair estimator has: paint, flooring, cabinets, countertops, appliances, lighting, doors, garage, fencing, structural. We also make sure we cover our big ticket items, and our big ticket items are roof, plumbing, foundation, electrical, HVAC, and framing. We have specialization vendors that will walk you through those big items because those are the ones that really, really hurt. So this is a lot of good information for you guys to want to know a little bit more. And how to get started, let's talk about the cost, right? Our lifetime membership is right at $5,000, but you're doing live instructor training that's recorded for the month. One membership per company, so that allows you to bring 2 more business partners. So that's a total of 3 people for the 5,000 for everybody. It's not 15 grand, right? It's 5,000 for the company for all 3 of you. 8-day training is available and can be taken anytime you want, as many times as you want. All of the additional services are included, which I'll explain here in just a little bit. Learning management system, which I explained earlier, is a lifetime use. And our Podio CRM and member center integration is lifetime. That's where you align yourself, and that's when you start to activate your team, because everything's done through Podio, all the validations, all the deal reviews, all of that. The advanced implementation and additional services, these all come with the membership, with the lifetime, is unlimited 2-hour sessions of refinement, unlimited private money lending capacity, so you're always going to get availability of private capital, unlimited new build and development training, which means you want to get into new builds, unlimited wholesaler training, which means we will train as many wholesalers to become your business, your acquisition representatives as many times as you want. We will train as many of your realtors, and we will train as many of your contractors. So think about this. If we're training your wholesalers, realtors, and contractors, and you want to sprout out and go to another city, all you have to do is meet people, align yourself with them, and then bring them to us and let us train them for you lifetime, guys. So now the world has completely exploded for you. That's $5,000, which is a fraction of what most people are out there getting just for education and no support. We do have a starter package. A starter package is the live online classes that you take that come with the videos and the recordings, the LMS documents, the analyzers, and the lifetime learning management system access. You also get the lifetime Podio CRM and reviews, and that is right at $1,497, so $1,500. But as you grow your business, you're going to now need additional services. What if you need the private money lending capabilities? Well, that's an additional $1,500 added to your membership. So you just paid $1,500 for the course, for the starter, plus $1,500 for advanced, for the private money lending. So you're up to $3,000. And then you want to spend more quality time and support in the advanced implementation sessions to help you, understand a lot of the things that you've learned. Let's say you add another $1,500 to that, you're now at $4,500. So let me make this very simple. These advanced additional services are right at the tune of $1,500 and $1,500, that's $3,000, that's $4,500, that's $5,000, that's $6,500, guys. And we're saying you get all of this for $5,000. So just think about what the comparison is and what you're willing to invest in. You can always scale up, right, and get more services as you need. But the comparison there, like I said, is a better value and better offer is to do the all-inclusive lifetime membership. One thing, we've aligned ourselves with Hearth Finance, which is an amazing company that handles all the renovation money that our members can get loans against, but they also lend to business purposes to our members, which could be for your membership, your starter packet. What about your business setup costs for your legals and all of your formations? Marketing budgets, renovation costs, holding costs, a lot of business related expenses. So let's say you want to get the all-inclusive lifetime membership for $5,000. They will run your credit, see if you qualify. And let's say you're looking at good credit right here of 681 to 740. They're going to give you a 5-year unsecured loan for about $130 a month with no prepayment penalties. That means if you land a deal and get it done within the first 6 months, pay off your membership. Plus, you have accessibility to go back to Hearth Finance for any of the additional capital that you might need for marketing, business development, things like that. Well, take a look at this. We use a lot of national partners in regards to who we work with. So we're not just using some fly-by-night smaller vendors. These are vendors that understand that by having good relationships with good investors, they make a lot of money. And guess what? They offer better services and better opportunities. If you want to get to know a little bit more about us and you're ready to sign up, or you just want more questions answered, please reach out to us and we can do a one-on-one session at no charge. We want to get to know you. Remember, we want to align ourselves. And then most of all, trust us, it's worth your time to do that. So reach out to us, send us an email at info@StratiVentures.com, or go visit us at investorrealestatetraining.com, and then follow us and subscribe on our social media, scan this QR code, And most of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to let you know the beautiful side of SVI, but know that we're here and we can't wait to bring you into our family of successful investors. Thank you so much for your time.